welcome to the 002 Bunungwa channel, where I share my stories, perspective and ideas on this channel. It's been a little bit since I've been talking much about stories that happen in Gambia, but today I'm glad I had the time to do it. I've been working on many other channels that I also have. If you don't know, by the way, I also run the Elephant Madness channel on YouTube, and this is one of the channels where I mostly talk about my perspective, ideas and stories that are going on in the Gambia. And one of the stories that caught my eye lately has been the story about the NPP assembly member that new Toyota Parado. Actually, people were very mad about the government buying these cars for the use of government when the citizens of the nation and the country itself needs a lot of work. But this is the story that's been told on What's on Gambia. It says, NPP National Assembly member for Nyamina West is now without his Toyota Parado after his driver disappeared with the multi-million-dollar vehicle. Source reported that this happened 2 months ago. Biram sent a driver on a quick errand to Senegal, but apparently the driver never returned back to Gambia. And then they put a ransom out for $50,000 for whoever can find this car. This is actually very funny to start with. I saw in the comment section, many people, to my surprise, were happy when this story came out that National Assembly member's driver took one of the cars and ran away. I guess it's kind of a reverse psychology on them, that they always take the country's money and use it on other stuff. Now somebody is doing this back to them, and people were like, for multi-million-dollar car and the amount you giving out is 50,000, wasn't really catching people's mind. But then later on the story came out to be that the driver wasn't the one who actually took the car. The car was actually rented to a businessman that stays in Guinea-Bissau, and it was rented by the man himself, and that's where the driver took the car. So I don't know what happened there. That was very fishy. It could be that he tried to sell the car. It could also be that he rented the car, and when it was asked for, he had no answer to give but to say, oh, the driver left with the car. I think there's a little bit of shady business in that department, if you ask me. And another story that also caught my eye lately was a story about UTG, University of Gambia. It says, as What's on Gambia reported, in 2021, an endorsement fund was established at the University of the Gambia aimed to assist underprivileged students with tuition fees. So these funds were raised to help people that were not able to afford maybe college tuition, for them to have funds to help them pay for those departments. The bank account was opened on a trust bank, and an initiated deposit of $1 million from the Gambian Diaspora Organization. The goal was to organize fundraising activities to grow the funds. So in order for them to use this money is for them to organize other funds in form of actually like a mini business, but it's meant to help students that are less fortunate. I say at this time the union was led by Usman Jase, 2 key members of his executive gender and health minister, Modulamin Jase, and auditor Mohamed B. Badi They was designated people that were in charge of this money at this time. They say despite the potential to help dozens of students from dropping out of university, Jase executively took no action to generate additional money using the funds. They are unproductive and inactive. In 2022, the student elected Lagam, I don't know how to say all of that, but I'm going to put it up here so you can pronounce that there, as president. However, his executives failed to change the signature of the endorsement funds. They claim one of these proposal signatories didn't have an ID card. So what they are saying over here in this department, that the reason why they haven't changed this over when the new president was elected for this student union is because the other one didn't have an ID card, the new one that was elected. And also in 2023, Kemo Conte took over as president. His lazy executives also did not aim to change the signatures over. From 2021 to 2023, 3 successful student union executives failed to grow or even manage the endorsement funds. They called it lazy country. In late 2023, under the leadership and president of Mr. Manka, a shocking discovery was made that the $1 million that had been withdrawn from the funds by Modulamin Jajusi and Mohammed Baji. Altogether, the duo no longer held position in the union. They remained signatories of the endorsements funds in November 2023. They withdrew the entire $1 million. Lamin took $500,000 before leaving for US, while Baji pocketed the remaining $500,000. Okay, so when the story eventually came out, it was said that when Lamin was, from what I heard, Baji was the one that is in Gambia. So Modu Lamin was getting prepared to go to a university in the United States. So when it was time for that, he still realized that he is still the person that is in charge of the money, and they never changed the rights over to the new president. He decided to take advantage of that because he needed to pay for tuition fees before his visa came out. So he decided to take that money, and since it was him and Baji that were both on it, I'm guessing this is a cosign, he decided to write him and tell him to divide the money, and he takes half the money and Baji pocket half the money. After that, he made his way to the United States. I guess when the union eventually realized that the money is no longer in the account, they came to ask the people that was there. Baji was, I'm guessing, was the first one they approached, since he's the one in Gambia at the current moment, about the money. And when he wrote it, Lamin said, "Bro, just tell them I did everything. I'm in the US. It's gonna be hard for them to find me." I think this is also putting a very bad name for Gambians that also leave Gambia and go in exile. Because now with what Lamin have done here, would also show that, I don't know how that would work if we'll be able to contact the university and talk to them about what he did. There should be something, because there should be consequences. Yeah, they have to pay for that, because you cannot just do this. This is being a known thing in Gambia, that anybody can just come, rule the country, do whatever you want, and then leave with the money. Not even the politicians. In the other side, other branches that branch off are doing this same thing. From that, I guess that Baji have noticed that the people are not letting up on this investigation. He told Lamin that they should come clean, and which I guess they ended up doing. From what I'm hearing, that Baji have already paid a partial of the money. Not Baji, Lamin. And they have, from what I heard, Baji have been cleared from this, and Lamin is the one that collected the check, and that was the actual guy that could receive this money. And they said he's paying it back well. This also gives a bad name for the country and the young leaders that are to come next. As we have seen, the ones that are there haven't been doing a very great job in keeping up with the country and putting the money that is the citizens' own, and that is supposed to go to the development of the country in their own pockets. It's showing bad leadership from the young ones that are up to come. I hope this is not the type of leaders we get in the future. And without just giving you guys all bad stories, we also have Awa Gambia, one of my favorite Gambian artists, doing very good work out in the UK. Check out one of these works that she just came out with.
It's really chola why nyofu kalamati konteta o mantetati koiteta o letati
That was a very beautiful beautiful music video. I don't know if the music video is actually out. That's just a snippet I have seen online, but I would love to see that video very, very soon. Awa Gambia is actually one of my favorite artists when it comes to Gambian singers. I feel like her style is very unique. It's kind of in the middle of she caters to the older generation and also brings the style and the vibe of the new generation, which I think is very needed and necessary. And I would actually like to see more female Gambian artists in that type of lane coming up and supporting them. So I know there's another female artist that is doing very good that I actually like. You know what? I'm gonna put a video right here.
Don't hang it, but it don't depend cause Chahan takubum bisalos Ila kinte baba kinte Kusanya wona chukuhum so I take my time no matter mubare Tahaw si chupik mawaje Hey, lila nihna Lolo bachikaw in Mexico Kamani mat, lagana no Sa ulim jo, sa duwani pa Naglimana, sa inulo
She's also doing very great, and I like the type of work she's doing. She's actually been doing it for a while and been making a lot of moves. People in Atlanta are very familiar with her music. And also we have One Park, Mandinka Makaveli. Actually, this song from One Park, Mandinka Makaveli, is a very good song. I feel like it's very different from the songs he normally take out. Normally he would take out songs that One Park don't give about anything that is going on. It's just him and his own mind and whatever comes to his mind. And mostly they are not the best words. And when I say the best of words, meaning they are not clean words and he's not catering to people who are trying to get a clean message. But with this song, I feel like, I don't know whoever advised One Park or One Park gave himself advice, but this is very nice. We want to see more music like this from One Park.
Aliye bangal me bang pasente sute Ninyi modula Keniola Bonesi Mandela.
Always. And also you go back to the crazy stuff because I love that. I love seeing that from One Park anyways. But mostly that's very nice. And guys, we have this other story. This story is actually very disturbing to know that there's people in the country that are still acting like this. Gambia is known to be a very safe country that you can go anywhere you want. It is safe. We are not known for violence, but as of lately, it's been very crazy and the country's safety is very questionable. And I feel like government should do something about this. The story leads, it says, last night, while returning home from Brikama to Busura around 1 a.m. I hired a taxi at Castle Petrol Station for $250. He stopped at Orex Petrol Station to buy fuel and acted as if he knew the pump attendant. He saying to him that he will be back soon to brew a tire for him after dropping me off. We began to feel at ease, and when we reached Mandur, where the driver stopped to pour water from one of the bottles to another bottle, but I chose to trust him and continued with the ride. However, things took a dangerous turn when we were approaching Busura from Penya. You guys excuse me by the way, but I'll be putting these places up here. Deep in the forest, the driver stopped the car, pulled out a large knife and threatened to kill me. He took my bag, which contained two phones, an iPhone 14 and an iPhone X, and some money before fleeing towards Brikama. Fortunately, the driver got into an accident near Brikama Methodist Academic Junction. where a group of youths confronted him. Altogether, he managed to escape with a bag full of stolen items from other victims. Luckily, he dropped my bag while running. I went to the police station to report the matters. Officers promptly went to the scene to gather information about the vehicles, and after some investigations were made, it was proven that the vehicle was stolen from Hardin AD Fall from Bruford. Hardin mentioned that the suspect was one of his drivers and absconded with the car. The matters were already reported to the Bursibi police station. The case is currently under investigation pending. For name is Dauda Jiba. This is actually crazy.
driver bu ma kidnap yàlla jàppale ma bañ mu am accident bu garaaw bu ga dee ma jot suma bagage alfal ko duwa bu ka jaba watul ba fala alayko alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
Lately, even when I was in the Gambia, I've been hearing a lot of stories like this. There's drivers who do such things like this, taxi drivers mostly, and it mostly happens at night when people are sleeping. Because at night time in Gambia, there's not much movement unless people are just sitting down, drinking a tire. And most of these people that are doing this are not, I wouldn't say are mostly Gambian citizens. With the name of this guy, it looks like it's a Gambian guy. But most of them are not Gambian. We also have a lot of foreigners coming into our country. That's why most of the time, sometimes I even wonder, I get mad when I see police officers standing on the road and it's like 7 different checkpoints before you even get to Senegambia when you come for holidays. But now it actually makes sense because it gives a little more extra security to the nation and Gambia, and which is something our armed forces should get up and tighten up security very much as possible to get that going, because this is crazy and there's been a lot of stories that's been reported like this. Well, that is it for today. That is it, you have it. I will be trying to bring you more and more stories weekly on what is going on in the Gambia and outside of the Gambia and all around the world. And also let me know in the comment section what type of stories you would like to hear from me. And from now on, but other than that, it's your boy 002 Gundum Boy, where I bring you my stories, perspectives, and different mindsets. Alimba.